Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm great. Thank you for asking. So then, a few things I want to address before we get into this video. First of all, the comments on the last video. The day I put myself out there on the internet, I'm expected to kind of get some abuse for the things that I do. But that's fine. Like, I'm doing these things in the know. I'm doing these things with the knowledge behind me. I'm not making rash decisions. I'm not making stupid decisions. I'm making the right decisions at the right time, in my opinion. So then, gym's still closed for another 8 weeks. I've just bought a leg curl. I've also bought a T-bar row. And I've got a Stairmaster on the way. Things escalated very, very quickly. But first of all, we got the, I've gone for the Life Fitness seated leg curl here, which is £675. Now, it is obviously a little bit of money, but ultimately I'm picking better equipment with the thought to get a gym later on down the line. Like, I'm actually buying this Life Fitness leg curl because I know that this Life Fitness leg curl is going to serve me well. It's a really, really good machine, and I'm happy with it all round, to be honest. So we're going to see what the guy says, and hopefully we can pick that up. I'ma show you how to go with the right foot up, left foot slide. I have to pause that before we get copyrighted. So first exercise here, we're going to go for a cuffed cable pull down. You guys can actually do this with bands. If you've got a cuff, which I've got here, a carabiner, which is literally just the little clips you see on the ends of these, and a band, you can clip the carabiner to the band, to the cuff. You can do the same thing, the same movement. So I would suggest that you go ahead and try that. We're going to focus on getting the lat as short as possible. We're not challenging so much through here. We're challenging much more in that shortened range, because we know that ability to get short, basically contracted, is going to diminish as we go through the workout. So we're going to go through it, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more after the workout as to kind of what I've bought and plans for the future. The first step coming at you. So the next exercise that we're going to go on to is going to be a dumbbell row, which I've got right here. It's a 60 kilo dumbbell, but the thing about a 60 kilo dumbbell, it's still not heavy enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the cuff to my humerus, or probably just below my elbow, and I'm going to essentially add the cable machine weight to it as well. You can do this with a band as well. This is something that I was doing with a band. The same concept as, you know, putting the cuff to the band with a carabiner and tying it to something, the same thing. Wrap it around the elbow, get yourself in a good position, and row with it is going to add some tension throughout the movement, which is better than what we've got without tension, right? Let's go. So the next exercise is going to be a chest supported dual D-handle row, or pull down I should say, and we've managed to get two 25s, two 20s onto the full stack. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful because I don't know whether the stack is designed to take that much. It's not designed to take that much, but we'll find out how we get on. Right, I was going to show you the last few exercises, but they're just the D-handle fly, that's it, and a dumbbell press, that's it, because we did chest and back today. So what I'm going to buy, what I've bought so far, is the cable machine behind me. I've got a squat rack in there, which is only good for squats and a bench press. There's no ability to manipulate the resistance profile or add a band anywhere. So I've gone ahead and bought a power rack, which I will probably stick right here in this space here. Luckily this room is it's about 9 foot high, so we've got room in for a power rack. The power rack is going to give me the ability to do everything I can do in the squat rack, but I can now add a band to the top of the power rack, which is going to help me with presses, can help me with my squat as well, can just help you match those resistant profiles a little bit better, which is going to be good. Plus you can rack pull, RDL and all that kind of stuff, and it'll be able to keep my weights in here. I also bought a T-bar row, which, so obviously I only show you this, so the entrance is here and that leads to the main house. This is like an extra part of the house, and I only show you this part because this end of it, this used to be a room. Someone used to live in here. One of my friends used to live in here, and there used to be, well, there's 2 sofas, there was a TV here, there's a fireplace over there, there's a chest of drawers over there, and there's a wardrobe and a bed in that corner. All of that in here. But we want to get rid of all this stuff, so I'm going to try and get rid of those in the corner, the fireplace right here, and then there's a bed in this corner. We'll probably sell these sofas, but then I'll move the sofas. I'll try and lift the sofas on top of each other, and I'll put them right down the end, so I've got more room in here. Got to put the T-bar row in here. I've put in an offer for a leg curl, a Life Fitness leg curl, which is a really, really good one actually, for 650 quid, which is not too bad at all. Down from like 800 or something, which is what I put the offer in for. They accepted it. I need to go pick up that. Once they reply, I said, I will pay that. Let me come pick it up. Fortunately, they're only 20 minutes away from me, which is really, really lucky. Ideally, I want a leg extension, which I could fit all of that down there. Leg extension, T-bar row, leg curl with the power rack. And then I've got a banging gym, a banging setup, including the cables where you can do everything on here. It's gonna be really, really good. So I hope you guys are excited for the next step of the one at my gym. It's here. You know, I think just Boris announcing it was going to be another 8 weeks until the gym's open in England. It made sense for me just to purchase a few more. Now the things that I'm purchasing, they're good products. I'm not just buying any old product to get them in. I don't want to waste money. I bought products that I will use in a gym in the future when hopefully I can afford a container, an area, a building, a room where I can put my equipment in and to start building the future. This is kind of what I'm going for. I've got money set aside for this kind of thing, so this was just the step that I needed to push myself into it. So it is a hard time. So for me to commit to these pieces of equipment is a big deal. It's a really, really big deal. But this right here is telling me to do it. My heart is telling me to do it, and this is the start of something great. So you guys have all seen the first step, where we had the bike and the cable machine. Second step, hopefully sometime this week the bits will keep arriving and we'll see the transformation happen, guys. So I want to say something to you guys, and it's a massive thank you. I said this on Instagram, there is zero way in this world I would be where I am without anyone who wants to tune in. Appreciate I give you advice, appreciate I give you something to get out of the relationship we have. I appreciate that, but the value I have for you guys is like, look at my hairs. Like, it's fucking real shit right now. Thank you. Thank you for anyone who's ever liked a video, ever watched a video, ever liked a fucking Instagram post, ever commented, ever sent me a nice anything. Appreciate you. We're coming for the top, and we ain't stopping until we get there. Before we wrap up this video, obviously I had a little bit of a rant earlier, but before we wrap this up, I wanted to leave you with where I got my equipment, because I know a lot of people are probably still struggling. Now I know that these places I'm about to say aren't always in stock. They do often go out of stock and restock, but Strength Shop UK, Dolphin Fitness, Mace Muscles, Alibaba still does shipping. I know it takes 2 or 3 weeks, but you're still going to get something within that 8-week period, maybe more. Origin Fitness, Powerhouse Fitness, they all tend to have stock coming in and out depending on your budget. Go through any of those, just skip back and just listen to what I said again. But most of those places are generally in fit. Most of those places are generally in stock-ish. But we're going to end that video there. Slightly shorter one today, guys. We'll be back very, very soon. I think I'm going to film a full day of eating in the next video. But we'll see. See you soon. Peace.